All right, y'all. It's your favorite bad guys here at Actual Factual. We have, of course, be the bad guy, and Gingy here, and then of course our favorite Uncle Boozy. And we also have a very special guest here, our dear family friend Rob the Butcher, who's going to be talking to us about his new LLC he started called Bob's Better Bites. So, do you want to tell us about that? I guess just to start off.
Hold up before we start that. If you like the content, please like and subscribe.
Okay.
And it'll be a link to Bob's LLC underneath the description. Go ahead.
All right. So you want to tell us a bit about this startup and how did it come about, and what it's all about.
Bob's Better Bites is just a brainchild of mine. I've always really liked to eat good food and not have to worry about feeling gross afterward, leaving you with that really heavy feeling.
Like McDonald's?
I had McDonald's, Pizza Hut, any sort of processed food. I don't like the ultra processed inside my dishes. It takes away from what it can be. So I try and make it clean, but also you don't realize that it's a healthy meal. You don't sit there and go, all right, well, this isn't loaded with calories. It tastes just as good as anything you get it anywhere else, but there's not any of the processed junk in it.
Okay.
Started mainly, I do a variety of food. My thing is I'm known for tacos. So, and the bad guy B-Rock calls them white man tacos.
Tacos.
Anyway, but it was originally I started a marinade, and that it starts with a special cut of meat, and I hand built my own marinade, tinkered with it, played with the flavors, and I ended up with what it's at now, and everybody loves it.
So everything, the whole recipe from start to finish is all homemade. So to say, not saying like tortillas and everything, but like the marinade to like the ingredients that go in every item on the menu.
There's nothing mechanical about it. Everything's hand squeezed. I hand chop everything. Everything's done in house. I don't bring in prepackaged items. I cook my rice. I do my beans. Make my veggies.
Yeah, and I was there actually for some of it.
So just a question.
What's up?
What's the variety of tacos that's available?
So far I do marinated chicken. I do steak. I'm not a big pork guy, so I don't do a lot of pork. But I'm working on a birria recipe to introduce a new item. It's stuffed birria shells.
And what's birria?
Birria is stewed Mexican beef. Comes from central Mexico region, but it's traditionally it's served with goat legs. You get goat legs and you boil them up with all sorts of chilies and spices, and then you serve it with broth called consomme. And you stewed Mexican beef, shreds apart, serve it in the broth.
Okay. So you put a lot of time and thought into this.
Yeah, the process just for birria is a usually 2-3 day process. Same with just about any marinated product I do is I marinate, I cook.
Okay, I'm saying like from the whole business plan aspect, just from not only just the menu, but like how long did it take you to come up with this, and like why tacos?
You can make anything you want into a taco. You got breakfast tacos. I mean, currently, I do steak tacos, but everyone's comfort food. Who doesn't like a good taco?
It's like a burger, you can put anything.
It's the same.
Yeah, right.
It's just a tortilla.
Yeah, you
The
slap.
tortilla
Yeah,
is
you
the
slap
bread.
something, and then you got nachos, you got quesadillas. Just the cuisine in general is just very expansive in what you're allowed to do and the flavors you can play with.
Okay. So what makes it different? So it's hot. So of course, so you say that it's the healthiest. And I remember when I was at your house one time, you're telling me like you got down to the science of like enzymes breaking it down or something like that.
Yeah.
Like you're just trying to be the healthiest possible, and you just got it broken down to the science.
Yeah, there's a lot of the science that goes into it. I like to study how things function in the body and how they affect the food that you're eating. And there's an enzyme called bromelain that you can find, but it breaks down proteins. So it goes in there inside the marinade and pre-tenderizes the meat without any sort of extra chemical or injection. There's no contamination by introducing needles into the meat. It stays clean, but still shreds apart and falls apart.
I gotta say, sitting at a table with the three of you guys, I sure do feel like the dumb blonde here.
And you are. But this is the question I want to ask. Because this is a problem, I think, with people who tend to push healthier alternatives. Nobody wants a speech.
You don't mind how
They just, let me finish.
Okay.
They just want good food. So you're promising good food, no speech.
I don't need the speech. It's in the name.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Because, a lot of people, we run into our vegan friends or our vegetarian friends, and it feels like I went to church. I just want food. I'm just asking. That's all.
I don't think I need to give you a sit and a spiel and everything else about why my food's better. You try it, and I feel like my product speaks for itself and the taste. You can taste the difference between how it's prepared versus a large scale. So I feel more care was taken in a smaller batch, and you taste that in the final product.
And you usually do. You usually do.
Yeah, and the name's Bob's Better Bites. Your bite's going to be better than the rest.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Well, that's I personally I can say I've tried them twice, and I love them.
I mean,
But
you got some hard competition. There's a really good place in the Dells. They have like 9 different meat options. I'm not gonna. We don't do company names, but so good. I've told you about this place probably like 10 times now.
You have.
Never go.
I feel like I know what you might be talking about, and I've tried lots of local tacos, and I'd rank mine in the top 3 locally. I won't say mine are the best. I don't have the experience of some of the more long-lived competition. I don't have the knowledge of the more culturally inept competition, but I put research and time and my passion into it, which is why I feel it stands above a fair portion.
Fair. You ever done beef tongue?
Beef tongue, no. I've never made Laguna.
Lingua. Lingua. Dude, he was like, because I was trying to say it, and he's like, how you say it? Because he's like the guy that owns this place.
Yeah.
But first time I ever tried it was there. So good. Honestly, it's my favorite now.
So beef tongue is your favorite?
Yeah, it was so tender. It was, and if you didn't know that's what it was, you never would even think it. So good.
No, I've tried fresh cupwurst, which is it tastes just like shredded beef and pork, but it's hard sausage.
Okay.
Fantastic.
So you would say your take is your take on the taco. Damn what everybody else thinks about the taco. Like, it's your take. It's your signature on the taco.
Yeah, I'm not trying to copy anybody.
You're just doing you.
Yeah, it is a marinade that I've tweaked and developed myself. It's not store-bought. I don't follow some recipe online. There's very select ingredients that go into it, and I don't share it with people because then it's not my recipe anymore.
It's like the secret recipe for the Krabby Patty, but Bob's Better Bites.
Or it's the marinade that makes the steak. Anyone can cook a steak, and there's 9 ingredients in the marinade, and you can taste each one in the marinade because there's nothing clogging the flavor.
Now, just a question. Do you do anything beyond tacos?
Yes. I've done one of my personal favorites is I do a stuffed shell. I'm really good at I do stroganoff. Stroganoff's another one of my favorite dishes to prepare.
It's kind of like a universal then, I guess.
Yeah.
It's not specific.
I have one of the dishes that I've been working on is it's a Cajun, going the Cajun route, but it's a stewed beans and rice collard greens, sausage, but then like a blackened catfish, and then just a honey cornbread.
Now you have me listening. As anyone can see, I'm black. So now you're talking blackened catfish.
Blackened catfish with rice.
Now I'm just throwing it out there. For generations, my family has made blackened catfish. You're telling me you got the blackened catfish now?
Yeah.
For a white guy.
I'm just asking.
For
I'm just asking. It doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference. I have a fucking 10-pound lasagna in my house, and it's going to be delicious because I make lasagna all the time. Do I look Italian? No.
A little bit.
No,
Mamma mia,
no, with the hands. Yeah, with the hands. But the blackened catfish is a true testament
So good.
Oh, yeah, you gotta have.
to Creole cooking. So you're telling me you have a blackened catfish now?
Correct.
Okay, I'm going to be ordering some blackened catfish. I'm just going to say.
And I know catfish isn't everyone's go-to choice. It tends to be more, like I said, Southern
It's a-
Cajun.
It's a bottom feeder.
Yeah,
It's a
but
bottom feeder.
not everyone likes that flavor.
Yeah.
I feel the proper.
I love it.
Oh yeah, I absolutely love me some fried catfish. Anyway,
But the blackened catfish, you got it down.
blackened catfish,
Okay.
rice and beans.
All right, you heard it here first. Bob's Bites, blackened catfish. Question. So, do you do jambalaya? I'm just going Cajun because I love Cajun.
I've made it
food.
a couple times. I would not say it's a.
That's your thing.
Yeah, it is not my go-to dish. I can make it. I enjoy making it. I'm not a big shellfish guy.
See, I'm a chicken and sausage jambalaya. It's a bunch of
I
different versions.
do shrimp and
But
stuff.
I can't eat shellfish for the audience.
There you go. But yeah, so I've always made it a
Right, with shrimp.
yeah, shrimp and sausage. I'm not a big shellfish guy, but for the traditional route, that is
It.
most how people prepare.
Right, use as crawfish
Yeah.
and. Okay, but the blackened catfish, I'm gonna call you on that.
All right.
I want some blackened catfish because I love blackened catfish.
Does the Irish have any questions?
How's
I
it
already asked
boiled?
my question.
How's it boiled?
All right, so one of the Irish, one of my tests I did one year was I did a Reuben egg rolls.
Okay.
So I did the corned beef, cabbage, Swiss cheese, rolled up in an egg roll and fried them up, and they were bomb diggy.
So, there's something you should try. It's called boxty, and it's like Boxty, and it's basically kind of like latkes, but it's a little more light in the sense it's not so doughy.
Yeah.
It's like shredded potatoes. It's so good. But actually, I already asked my question the last time he was here. It was about the lamb because I love Irish stew, like a traditional Irish stew, and you have to use lamb for it. It's so good.
So give us the rundown, lastly, I guess, for what is the official menu? I guess like apps, entrees.
I do. It's all catering. You order it, catered dishes or pre-pack, like to go. You take it, eat and eat. I have 5 dishes that I have fully come down. I had 2 Mexican style. One's the loaded birria bites. So it's stewed loaded birria shells, like Italian jumbo shells, but I've loaded with cheese and birria and then served with the broth soup. More soup style, and then those are served with like corn ribs, well seasoned street corn style corn ribs. I have the blackened catfish with rice and beans. I have a marinated pork belly stir fry, so it comes with stir fry and then a strip of crunchy skinned pork belly all marinated.
Cashew, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I got my signature steak tacos, and then just rotating other dish as I see fit. Stroganoff.
Like your special of the week, basically.
Yeah. Like, all right, this is a seasonal dish. This is something I can throw out there that's more, do chicken chili or regular chili over the colder months, more hearty meal. In the spring, do. There's all sorts of
Okay, so you're a man after my heart. I love chili. I love chili. What do you think is the thing that makes an okay chili, something you can get out of a can, to an exceptional chili?
You don't eat it the first day.
Well, there you go.
You need 2-day chili.
Correct. By the way, just for notes, I'm not selling anything. I made my lasagna yesterday.
Oh, you gotta let it sit there.
It's sitting in the refrigerator right now. I'm eating it tonight. I made my spaghetti the day before I actually ate it. I make my chili the day before.
Yeah, I make a homemade bone broth that comes out more like jelly, but it's a 14-ish hour process from start to finish.
A day and a half for me. I make my own broth.
Yeah.
Actually, you see them.
That lasagna is so good. So good.
So you're a man after my own heart. It's the love. It's actually...
Yeah, there's effort, there's time, it's not just a grab and go type deal.
There's love. That's the secret ingredient.
Well, no, because you are actually making it how you want to eat.
Right.
You're making it for other people, but you're making it how you would want to eat.
I would make it how I serve my family. I make it the same way I do at my house, for the same way I'd cook for anybody.
You're sharing it with the world.
On a larger scale.
Yes. And how long have you... So, last question. So, how long have you been doing this?
I officially founded the LLC in September of this year. August, I'm sorry. August 1st was my official LLC date. I officially could start business September 1st.
Okay.
And I've been working on and doing recipes for probably the last 5 years or so.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's a well-thought process. Well, I'll give you that, because I tried the food. I tried it. It's worth.
I'm a little disappointed because I have no food.
Next time.
I'm a little disappointed because I have no food.
See, that's what good guests do.
But no. By the time we do another podcast, I will have tasted.
So next time you're here, you're catering.
I was gonna say Bob's Better Bites will just cater the next session.
At the beginning, sponsored by.
No, that's not gonna happen. We're going to order Bob Better Bites, and we're going to eat it without Bob being here.
Oh, okay. Ooh. You know what? Okay.
We're going to give him some money.
Yep.
We're going to taste it and put our honest opinion out there. I'm sure it'll be great.
Next week.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be great.
Probably not next week, because you'll be...
2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Okay, so then it'll be in 4 weeks, because in 2 weeks, I'm taking a 2-week vacation.
Okay.
I'll be in Texas.
So am I.
In 2 weeks, I'll be in Texas.
You're trying to prepare you to get it together.
Yeah. Moving along, since we're at not Boozy's table, so what do you have for us today?
Well, actually, what I was going to talk about was this funny thing about our brains. And as he was talking about food, which kind of ties into the same thing. If you think about food, you don't necessarily love the food. I don't love necessarily my mother's, chicken and rice. I don't love it. But what I love is the times that came around the food.
The memories.
The memories. Exactly. So what I was going to ask is our relationship with music. Music marks our lives. Okay? If you ask, what was your wedding song? What did they play at your funeral? What did they do this? It is not necessarily the song that you love. It's the memories around it. As with food. And this ties in perfectly. So what the smell. Like, you walk into somebody's kitchen, you're like, it smells like home. And when you hear a certain song, you think about somebody. You think about this great time you had. Was it prom night, your wedding, somebody's funeral? You might think about bad things. But that's what I wanted to talk about. How things are not really that special, but it's the memories that are attached to them. Yeah. So if you name your favorite song, or a song that reminds you of someone, it's not really the song. It's the memory of the thing.
Yeah.
Just like the food is the memory of a place. It takes you to a place.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Because when he said blackened catfish, I thought about my mother in a cast iron skillet.
Yeah.
In the kitchen. Okay? That's what I thought about. Okay? I don't need this blackened catfish, but I know, God damn it, my mother, I know the smell, I know everything.
Right.
About it.
You hear it and you can taste it. You got that
Right.
after flavor. You
Right.
got the smell.
Right. It's not it. And I'm sure I'm gonna love your blackened catfish, but I love my mother more. And that's what it brings back.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's when you put a plate of food in somebody, it's bringing back a memory.
It's not necessarily the food is better, but your association with
With the food.
But think about it.
It takes you to a place.
Comfort food. It's a term for a reason, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know it's spoiled. Anyway, I'm fucking with you, man. I'm just fucking with you. But no, but that's what I was talking about. Music. It brings you back to a place. And I love music.
Don't worry.
No worries.
There we go.
But no, it brings you back to a place. And I was just wondering, when you hear a certain song, what does it bring you back to? Name the song.
It's a Long Way to the Top by AC/DC. I used to do it a lot. It's A Long Way to the Top by AC/DC.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to listen to it all the time with my dad when we'd be like going places, whatever else. And I didn't get a lot of years before, I'm not getting into it, but my childhood, like my young childhood, is the only part I got to really spend with my dad. So like I always think back to that kind of stuff. He's not dead. It's just the story I'm not telling.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I will jump it. Oh no, you look like you're ready. Go. You have
so
the floor.
I don't mine isn't very specific only because I have over 2,000 songs on my playlist. However, each each song at certain points of my life or times, doesn't matter how long, it reminds me of memories and stuff like that. So like when you said that really kind of was like, oh, like that makes a whole lot of sense, or like moods even. Even some songs are tied to moods. So, and I'm not. That's probably one of the most disorganized things with my OCD is I just have thousands of songs, and it's just I put it on shuffle. So I just throughout the day, I have memories and feelings or whatever.
So you go through 2,000 songs a day?
No.
With all those different
probably
moods?
only maybe 10%.
We should rather get you some drugs.
I couldn't even tell you. There's like you said, there's so many different songs out there that like to name one that like stands above the rest.
Or it could be a note. Because I have a note.
Maybe name a memory, a favorite memory, and a song tied to it.
I mean, Riot Maker by Tech Nine. Simply for the fact it was one of my buddy's first ever concerts, and two of the people with us, first time ever seeing Tech Nine, and my clothes left in pieces, and we lost each other. With like the song started, and the entire arena erupted, and there was no one where they were a second before. It's just like a very concrete, and two of those people are no longer with me. So like for me, it's a very concrete memory of like, and just purely enjoying their company.
Oh, I thought of a second one actually.
Go ahead.
You're thinking of
No, go ahead. Mine's already in my head.
With funerals and whatever else. That's this guy that I used to call him my uncle. He wasn't like blood related, but when he passed, the song "That's Life" by Frank Sinatra.
Oh yeah.
They played it at his funeral because he was a big fan of that kind of stuff. But also, it was kind of his mindset was, it's life. Things happen. And so it makes me think about it all the time.
Mine is, my favorite band in the world is U2. Right. Went to the first, a friend of mine that came back from Ireland. His parents were born there. And he came back with this cassette tape. I'm old. So he came back with this cassette tape of this band that he saw. It was U2. And I was like, this is fucking good. Right? So I never forget the first concert in America. It was under a Blackbird sky. That was the name of the album. And I went to Aragon Ballroom, small place. Probably the standing room only place is probably about as big as this joint. You know,
Oh wow.
that's how small YouTube was then. And I was like, man, this is my group. I love them, right? And my mom never got into YouTube. She just couldn't accept the George love of YouTube. And this, it might be a little racial. They did a little cover of the song One with Mary J. Blige. And my mom listened to it because she loved Mary J. Blige. And she went back and all of a sudden she was a YouTube fan. She was a YouTube fan. She knew all the songs, all the words, and she went backwards. And I was like, yes, this connected me with my mother, God bless her soul. But it connected me with my mother. So whenever I hear the song, my mom is just flowing over. So but music is tied to our moments in life. And sometimes I think we overlook it, but it is so important to us, as is food. Food is tied to our moments in our lives. Like you think about Sunday dinner. You think about dancing with on your first date. Things are tied to things that have really nothing to do with the actual thing, the meal or the music, but it's tied to your memories.
Psychology.
Yes, but how we have to hold on to that.
Yes.
And embrace it and enjoy it. And that's why I can't wait to eat just blackened chicken.
I do chicken too, but it's typically catfish.
But why did I make it chicken?
Blackened something.
Okay, I don't want to say why you made it chicken, but
I
I
don't
think
know why.
everyone can guess why you said chicken.
Because I'm black.
Okay, you
Can
said
you give me some watermelon too? I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I have fun with stereotypes because they're halfway true.
I'm far from a stereotype, but I said chicken.
Okay. Oh, I am not far from a stereotype. I am not.
Me too.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the stereotype of like an Irish.
And I'm not a dumb blonde.
Okay. I'm okay with who I am. I'm okay
Yeah, I
with
mean-
it.
Right.
Is what it is, man. Live life.
Right. They're there for a reason. That's how I see it.
Most stereotypes have some sort of basis in fact, or at least observation.